Well, let's take a look at some of our national and international headlines for this Monday morning. It is July 10th, 2017. More clashes over the weekend at the G20 protests. Hundreds of people have been arrested and hundreds have been injured. Most of those injured apparently were police. A lot of it because the protesters were throwing rocks and bottles. The police were spraying water cannons. Sir Vince Cable claims that Brexit may never happen. He's compared Theresa May to Stalin, basically pointing out all of the impasses that the different parties are having with each other. He basically wants the people of Britain to have a chance to vote again. Maybe until they get it right. I don't know. Trump plans to create a so-called impenetrable cybersecurity unit with Russia. This is a report, of course, after the G20, talking about how great he's getting along with Putin. Nikki Hayley, meanwhile, that's the U.S. ambassador to the UN, said that the United States did not trust and never will trust Russia. Those are great words to hear from a diplomat. Qatar apparently is going to be seeking financial compensation for damages that have happened since the blockade that began in the beginning of June. And North Korea has lashed out against the U.S. after the U.S. did a practice bombing run on Saturday, which it simulated going after Kim Jong-un and also decimating any weapons that might be along the front. So, you've got this tit-for-tat thing going on. Basically, it looks like we are at the tipping point for nuclear war, and that's the words of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Meanwhile, the reaction from Alaska, which is the only state that can actually be hit by these missiles, Mayor Ethan Berkowitz from Anchorage was quoted in international headlines as saying, "I'm worried about moose, not missiles." I feel you, brother. China and Taiwan got mixed up in a little gaffe by the White House. They misidentified President Xi Jinping as the president of the Republic of China. That's the name of Taiwan. His official title is the President of the People's Republic of China. And although that may seem like a little thing to Americans, it's very important to the Chinese because they view Taiwan as a breakaway and eventually going to be reunited with the mainland. So, a little bit of mix-up there. The Iraqi Prime Minister has declared victory in Mosul as the army has now driven ISIS from the city. They basically have no caliphate left. As you recall, Mosul is where they declared the caliphate back in 2014. And in Turkey, some interesting developments. A march that began at the beginning of June, it's gone several hundred miles now, just gathering more and more people, has concluded with basically a call for the resignation or whatnot of President Erdogan. As you recall, he has been using the occasion of that coup last year to get rid of every single person who opposes him in any way, shape, or form. Some of them within his military, some of them journalists, and he's also detained rights activists, including members of Amnesty International. A couple of other stories. President Putin says that the Russian economy has definitely moved out of recession, and meanwhile, while Trump has continued to claim that the American economy is doing well, the latest numbers show that the U.S. economy has stalled. The growth in jobs that we've seen has been the growth in service industries, not in the high-paying jobs or even in manufacturing. At any rate, there are many more stories than we have time for. I encourage you to become a subscriber at radiofreespeech.com because subscribers get a 30 to 40-minute audio version of the news delivered every morning at 5 a.m. If you'd like a sample, send me an email and I will send you a sample. Steve at radiofreespeech.com.